Bronze Series Week 5, the season finale for these Bronze boys. I'm joined in the booth with my good friend Graham Paul. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Dude, I'm freaking phenomenal. We are racing tonight. We have the Bronze Series here. We got Silver coming up next, and I am excited. It's going to be a great night of racing.
This is going to be absolutely the best night of racing I think PRA has ever seen. These guys are here. They're hungry for it. They all want this win on this final race of the season.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of practice I've seen from most of these guys are just proof that they care about this so much, and they are trying to go for this win to bring it home on the last race, the last two races of the season. It's been an incredible season. I've never seen a season like this before, and I can't imagine what the future is going to hold for the PRA group.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've had a ton of new drivers with interest. I've never seen a league this big on PlayStation Wreckfest. I mean, we had 26 drivers come out for qualifying tonight, and I believe 5 of them were all brand new this week, and we have 3 of them here. As you can see, I'm on with Carbon Falcon, our pole setter tonight. He's a new guy, showing his stripes, coming out strong, and right behind him is Brad, who's also a brand new guy. So these guys are here to race.
Oh yeah, they're here to prove that they deserve to be here, and also, these guys are trying to push for that Silver League too. So they're going to give it their all and bring home a solid finish. And we're about to go green.
Absolutely. I'll let you call the green here this time, buddy.
All right. B-Dog is leading him to the finish line here, about to start. As he pulls off, we're about to go green. And they're green. Here we go. Carbon off with a hell of a lead. Soul Pun's right behind him. This is what he wanted.
Absolutely. Soul Pun made a good jump there on Brad coming into turn 1. Soul Pun's a guy that, he's first in points, defending his title, defending his honor, as I like to say. And he's going to be pushing to get past Falcon here in no time.
Soul Pun has a target on his back. Everybody refers to Soul Pun as their goal, right? Everybody wants to go to silver, and Soul Pun has proved himself this season with great finishes, great lap times, and he's going for that championship tonight. And everybody knows that if you want to get to silver, you have to be solid like Soul Pun has, and they're going to be pushing hard tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we have had tons of practice on this track, and I've heard guys time and time again, we want to beat Soul Pun. So we're going to be looking out for Soul Pun to show them all wrong, or make them believers and have them beat him.
Yeah, absolutely. And these top 3, they're starting to separate themselves from the group. Brad is putting the pressure on Soul Pun, and Soul Pun, I think tonight is going to have more of a challenge than he normally has. I think he's struggling a little bit compared to some of these other tracks he's raced at, and he's racing with really competitive guys, so it's going to be a tough challenge for him, but I think he can handle the challenge as long as he can hold off the mistakes, and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely, and we see Bumskag is not too far behind that group. Bumskag's another guy that I wanted to look out for tonight, as he has been putting in the work. He's keeping up with us silver guys in these practice lobbies, so it'll be interesting to see how he does tonight as well.
I'm going to go out on a limb and just say I think Bumskag is the most consistent guy here at this track out of all the drivers that are in this lobby tonight. And I think you're going to see that with people make mistakes. He's just a solid cruising guy. And look at that first lap right there at 57.620. It's the fastest lap out of all the drivers right now. He's comfortable. He's seen those top 3, and he's going for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Bumskag I knew he was going to come out here tonight and have a really strong showing. And we can see some other guys have already dropped down into the 57s. I mean, 57 is not an easy lap time to hit on this track, and these guys are doing it on their first full speed lap. So these guys are consistent, they're fast, they're hungry, they want it.
Absolutely. And I'm pretty stoked to see these new drivers that come in. It's a whole new thing for a lot of these guys. We have, 5, 6 guys that didn't race at all, and last week we had a couple new guys. So, the nerves, the pressure, the anxiety, the excitement's all happening right now. They got the butterflies in their stomach. They're pushing hard. And man, you can tell they put their time in this week. Super smooth. They look like silver drivers, each and every one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the nerves for me would even be coming in, especially for these top two. I guess they're in the top three, but Carbon and Brad being two debut drivers in first and third is out of 26 drivers. I mean, I would be sweating already.
Absolutely. I mean, if you go back through the field here, I want to say it's 6 through 13 is like within a half a second, and they're side by side constantly, just because of how even this playing field is. You know, you got all these guys had to go and qualify. They had to practice and then qualify just to make this lobby, and they're proving themselves that they belong here. Look at that; it's incredible.
Oh no,
Cottonmouth.
Cotton is in the
Oh
wall. That'll be tally
no.
number 1 for sure. Could
Poor
be
Cotton.
tally number 2.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see.
I'm up with
They're
the front.
still going.
They're still running green, so that'll be tally number 1. B-Dog is our wonderful official tonight. He'll be making sure everything's staying in order with all these guys. One thing I do want to mention is, as you can see, these guys are only running 20 laps. Now, normally our bronze guys run 30 laps with a stage break on road courses, but tonight they're going through their second doubleheader of the season. They're racing the oval, so it'll be definitely interesting to see the different skill sets between some of these guys going from road course to oval.
Yeah, it proves that you're not just a one or the other, right? Like, you are an all-around driver, and we're going to see that tonight. And based on their points, it's going to be a challenge for both of them, because inner oval is a tough one too. To be, single line all the way through is going to be tough. There's going to be lots of side-by-side battles. So, and you can see here, Bumscat, he's going for third place, and he just hit his fastest lap with a 57.554. He is not messing around.
Yeah, he's coming for the throat of Soul Pun here for sure. He wants it. He's hungry. I don't think he had quite the showing he wanted to last week, so he's put the time in this week and proven that he belongs in the top of bronze, if not in silver.
Absolutely. I think you and I had a good conversation the other day about how the schedule is set up and the reason why they pick some of these certain tracks. And you called it. You nailed it right on the head. This track here is a great race to end on for the season, and they're proving it. It's going to be a phenomenal finish here at the end. And look at this tight racing. It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. This track is one that PRA does every season, and it's because it produces some of the best racing in Wreckfest. And these guys are proving my theory correct, because this is some intense racing.
Man, I don't know where to look. Everybody is just battling. Like, Flame is pushing hard. He's battling hard. Ice Dude is chasing down Flame. Bop is right there with Ice Dude. And the battle between third and fourth between Bum and Brad, it's just incredible. And then you got Carbon, right? Carbon is just running his comfortable line. He's just doing a solid job. His fastest lap's a 57.6. That's silver time right there, And then Soul Pine, he's just chilling, 57.7. Great times right here. And Bum got the third. What a move.
Yeah, and it was a nice good pass on that hard left corner there. And I believe that is the hardest corner on this track. Between turn 1 and that turn there, those are some of the toughest corners to combat on this track. And Bum just did an absolutely wonderful job getting around that.
He seemed extremely patient, right? Like, he was trying to make moves, but not pushing it, not overdoing it, being very cautious, and he made it work. Picked the right time to do it.
Absolutely. And I just kind of want to say, Sultan might be worried. I know he loves racing up with us silver guys, and when we're doing a doubleheader like this, we take the winner of both tracks. So it's not like normal where the winner and fastest lap comes. So Sultan, if he wants to come race in silver tonight, he wants to get around Falcon here.
I mean, he doesn't even have the fastest lap time right now, so there's maybe a little bit more pressure that he's not used to. But he's going to get through, and I'm not going to count him out just yet. We have 10 more laps. This is going to be a challenge for sure.
Yeah, and he's the kind of guy that you can never count out. It's guys like Millsy and you and myself. Like, if we're back in second, you never know what can happen. Never count any of these guys out. The same as any other of our divisions. But looking at the back of the pack, seems like Cotton and Iceman are starting to get into it a little bit. Cotton just edges around him, and he's looking to track down Walleye here. Good to see Walleye back. He unfortunately couldn't make it last week, so we'll definitely see how he handles tonight.
He's a little
especially
bumming,
that
but
oval.
yeah. So he's going for it. He's going to try to get a top 10 out of this. That's for sure.
Absolutely, I know he said in the Discord today that he was doing 90 to get home to come join this race. So he's excited to be here and excited to race with these guys again.
Absolutely.
But it seems like everything's starting to kind of spread out a little bit here. Not something. Okay, never mind. Nuclear and D-Highs are still going at it.
They're having a great time. And they always do. They race each other clean. You can always find these two battling.
Yeah,
it's like they're like magnets,
They rub a little bit around the corners, but nothing wrong with that. Rubbin's racing, so we'll see these two guys fight it out for the remainder of this race, without a doubt.
Give a shout out to the people that are watching this stream today. Thank you guys for being here with us. We enjoy having you here. If you have any questions or any comments, feel free to throw it in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. We're both watching the chat, so if you have any questions about how PRAs run or anything like that, feel free to ask. Moving up to the front of the pack, seems like Bumskag's got a good gap on Brad now, and he is closing in on Soulpun as he just set down another 57.5. So this guy is running as hard as he can to catch up with this top group.
Look at the top 5 times. They are like within a tenth or two of each other. It's going to take a mistake to make a move around these guys. I know Bumskag is moving up on Soulpun. He is gaining a little distance here and there, but if he's going to try to catch Carbon, he's really going to have to push it a little bit to make a move, or hope that Carbon can make a mistake. He's got a nice, comfortable lead, and with in 6 laps, there's no more caution, so he's hoping for a clean race too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was just about to mention. I mean, those are the only real 2 ways I see Bumskag catching up and Soulpun catching up with Falcon is, either Falcon makes a mistake or there's a late caution, and it's anything can happen. There could be a lap 17 caution. Your least favorite thing to see in the world, Graham.
Oh yeah, it's my arch nemesis. I'll tell you that.
Seems like every race we've done that you've won, there's always been a late caution. Iceman is kind of spinning out. He hit the wall a little bit.
Yeah, he did. Let's see if they call that a tally. If they do, it'll race it back to lap 14.
Absolutely. I'm going to jump on with Carbon here to see if we're on our caution.
Oh, Cotton backed off too. I just saw that. Nuclear? No, he's doing all right.
I do want to note that
yeah, there might
Falcon,
be I don't know what's going on there. He's
Falcon,
backing off.
Yeah, I just want to note that Falcon did get a 57.484. So
what?
He is running away from this field, and he's slowing down. Caution's out. Oh boy.
I was wondering that. There was some confusion, I think, with the cautions, but oh man, Carbon.
What a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, with that 57.4, that's going to be hard to beat. I'm just hoping to hit a 57, let alone a 57.4. That makes me nervous for Silver.
Yeah, he's going to be coming up, and he's going to be taking us by storm. But while we're doing this pace lap, I'm just going to go into this chat here. I see E-Man saying he needs a PS4 again. Miss racing with us. We miss racing with you too, brother. It'll be good to have you back as soon as you can get here.
Yes, sir. We hope to see you soon. We're excited to have you back, man.
Yeah, and we have Oscar George, the one and only Mr. Oscar, shouting out with some awesome lap times. He's telling us to watch out in Silver. What do you think about that?
I'm first of all, I'm sad that Oscar's not in this race. I seen the lap times he puts down, and he would be in here. I don't have a doubt in my mind. And he's correct. The Silver guys, I hope they're watching. This is going to show, like, hey, whoever does move up is going to be a challenge. You have your favorites, but these guys are going to come in, and they're going to try to prove to Silver that they belong here.
Yeah, absolutely. They either need to be watching and watching out for their lap times, or they need to be practicing, keeping warm right now.
Absolutely. I'm kind of jealous. I wish I was practicing.
Me too. It's the only thing that I wasn't too fond of getting into this whole commentating thing is we take an hour and a half off in between our practice and our race time, but you know, for the love of the league, I got to do it.
Absolutely. And well, if there's any consolation, Millsy is also in Group B, not practicing. So it gives you got an equal battle for the last night of the racing.
Absolutely. I'm going to ride on with Walleye here. He's towards the back of the pack. I want to see how everyone handles corner one, because this could mean a full restart or they keep going green.
And they're green.
Everyone kind of
Solpun with
spreads
a nice
out.
jump.
And we see this out of
Carbon.
Solpun all the time. Solpun is a wizard when it comes to the green flag push.
Well, that benefited Solpun and Bumskag because he is under Carbon. He's putting pressure on him. They're going to go side by side in the next corner. Oh, and Bumskag, what a move.
Oh, Bop's around. Bop is flipping.
Oh.
Everybody's flipping.
He's in the
This
wall.
might be a full
I was
restart.
gonna say.
We'll see what happens. It may be a full restart. I mean, it took out 4 guys, but it kind of looks like we're still running. So, that's up to B-Dog and how he sees things. And I do want to bring up, I know you just said that Millsy's running in Lobby B. So we did have 26 qualify, which means we are once again running a main and a B lobby. So, first place here will get you 26 points, which is a killer night for points.
Yeah, they can make up a ton of ground from these 2 races. So those that are battling, I think Creature and Cotton are battling, and Creature unfortunately didn't make this race. So he's going to try to go for the win in the B just to have a chance of staying ahead of Cotton there.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
really close last time I looked.
Yeah, last time I saw they were also pretty close, so that'll be definitely something that we need to keep a check.
Bumskag went for the beautiful move on the inside of Solpun and that hairpin.
They're side by side. I'm going to have to keep an eye on this battle for sure. I mean, he might go for a nice undercut here.
Oh, perfect.
And he gets it. That was a picture-perfect move out of you, Bumskag.
This is going to be a tough corner here, though.
Bumskag does have the inside line, but you lose a little bit of speed when you have to come in that tight. So Solpun's going to make a jump, and he's going to try and hit the inside of this turn 1. They get into it a little bit.
That's to be expected in turn 1. It's such a tight corner.
And Solpun's worst nightmare has just happened. Brad is now right beside him, fighting him for that position 2.
These top 4 have been like
top 5, honestly.
Dead even.
D-Highs is up in this group now too, so we're gonna have these 5 running away from the pack, and this is last lap for cautions. I do want to point out.
Yeah, so I don't think there's any tallies that I know of. I didn't see anything, so for a caution to come out, it's going to be really tough. But I think these top 4 are hoping that doesn't happen, so they can have a beautiful finish here at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just kind of taking a peek through the back of the pack. Seems like everyone's kind of single filing it out now, trying to do what we call freight training to the front of the pack. So I'm going to stick with this front pack for these last few laps. If you want to go through the pack every once in a while and just update me on anything happening back there, that'd be wonderful.
Absolutely. Nuclear and Lace are having a great battle there side by side. I want to give a quick shout out to Walleye. I know last week he was pretty bummed. He was just under the cut line for the A, and he put his time in this week to really try hard, and he just made it, and that was awesome. I was glad to see that he didn't give up, and he really put the effort back into it, and is bringing it tonight. He's up in 9th place.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, with Walleye, he works some long hours, so he doesn't get to practice as much as some of these other guys do, and it's really impressive to see that he's still here. He's putting on a show for us here in this A main, even without as much practice as some of these other guys.
We're coming to 2 to go here.
2 to go. What do you
think's
think?
Gonna happen? You were about to ask me to say. I know.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Our minds are linked, buddy.
It is. It's amazing because we're seeing the same thing, right? Like it's anyone's race, and to call out one of them. I don't know. Carbon's got the fastest lap, and he's in fourth, right? And Bum's is the most smoothest out front, but the wild cards are in the middle. Those
Yeah,
two,
absolutely.
it was a beautiful race.
I
I love it.
I wouldn't be surprised now that Carbon and Brad are kind of side by side. They might fight out and drop a little bit. Looks like Carbon made the smart move to back off and say, let's catch these front two guys. And Soulpun's going on the inside here. Same thing that Bumstag
Yeah.
did to him a few laps ago.
Bum drove just a little bit over, and Solpun was open for that, but he recovered beautifully.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Soulpun make a jump here near the end of this lap. So I'm quickly just going to go through this field to see if anything crazy is happening.
Brad got into Soul, so it slowed him down.
And he drops down to
Brad
third.
fell back to fifth.
Well, he does have the inside line on D-Highs here, so he may jump up to fourth, but crushing blow for Soulpun here. I mean, Soulpun really wanted this win. D-Highs goes up on a few wheels. Brad didn't give him a whole lot of room there.
Well, I'm gonna say that Carbon and Bum here, they wanted this battle for first because they were the two most consistent. We're gonna see who's gonna bring it home.
Yeah, I'm watching Soulpun, so I can see these two. Soulpun takes that corner just really wrong. He gets a nice little bump from Brad, so as long as he makes this corner clean, and same with Bum.
Yeah, wow, Bum Skag, bring it home really for the checkered flag. Oh, what an amazing race.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Bum Skag.
Put on a hell of a show.
Absolutely. I'm just going to go through this finishing list here. Congratulations, Bum Skag, getting your first. Carbon, very impressive, newcomer in second. Soulpun third. Brad, another newcomer, great fourth. Kairos, awesome fifth. Nuclear sixth. Lace seventh. D-Highs eighth. Walleye ninth. Cotton 10th. Flame 11th. Bop 12th. And Iced Man 13th. Congratulations to all these drivers. They all ran super good lap times, and I didn't notice, but near the end of that, D-Highs ran a 57.450.
Jeez.
He
was consistently 57 8s and 9s. I bet you he's ecstatic just knowing that he hit a 4. He's like, absolutely. I'm ready for silver. You know it. What a race. I didn't want that to end.
Absolutely. Me either, man. I'm just going to go through this chat here while we're waiting to hear what's happening next. Mr. Oscar, our man, once again, everybody loves when Walleye's in the house. Absolutely, man. Walleye is a living legend in this Wreckfest game.
I agree. Everybody needs a Walleye in their life, right? So I'm glad he's here.
Yeah, absolutely. Matthew Schwartz, I'm assuming that's you, Mr. M. Schwartz, not giving any love to the silver drivers earlier. He said, very impressive and smooth driving by the bronze drivers. And I agree. I mean, that has to be one of the best bronze races I have ever seen.
I love seeing global drivers watching the bronze races. Like, they're seeing the future, and these guys are going to come up and hopefully race with Schwartz in a global series, that they're trying, they're putting their time and effort in. And Schwartz, he's a good leader for the PRA. He puts down impressive lap times and good leadership there on the racetrack. So it's good to see him here.
Yeah, absolutely. And he said earlier that he was excited to watch this race, so I know a lot of our upper series guys love watching the bronze and silver races. We always put on a good show for them. Oscar, great job in the booth. It's like I'm there. Thanks, buddy. We always appreciate some feedback. So
yeah, man, we appreciate that. We're trying really hard.
Frylock saying congrats to Bum. Absolutely. Same with Oscar. Both giving a good shout out for Bumskag there. He ran one hell of a race there.
I would easily say Bum is probably one of the fan favorites in the bronze series, and it took a lot to convince him to race, and I'm glad to see that he made it happen. And I think he's happy to be here now after that win. So
absolutely,
I'm glad he showed up.
Colt giving another shout out and D West to Bum, but Colt says he's got Colt worried in the silver race, which I don't understand why he's worried, because I'm worried about Colt in the silver race.
Right. I think everybody's worried about Colt, but Colt also saw what we all did, right? Like, Bumskag is super consistent. Like, it's rare to see him make a mistake, and his lap times are within tenths of each other. So I am nervous too. I'm just hoping to qualify ahead of him to stay in front.
Yeah, that's the name of the game, I think, for us silver drivers on this track. Staying ahead of everybody is going to be the name of the game.
I think a lot of these guys were super nice in the bronze. I'm not sure that's going to be the case in silver. I think it's going to be a little pushing and shoving because of how dead even the racing is going to be, and the patience is going to wear thin, especially with the tight points battle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as I said yesterday for global, me and Colt are side by side in points. He's 4 points back on me, so this tonight's the night. We're gonna see if I get this first, second, third. Who knows what I get? That's how close these points battles are.
I, I was just wondering about I wish I knew what the results were from the B main there to kind of see how this points battle is going for bronze because we have one more race. Solpun had a solid finish there. I don't know what Creature did, but he had a good points lead as it is going into the race. So it's going to be tough for Solpun to lose the championship tonight, and I don't see that happening, but anything is possible. And Cotton had a good recovery from his wreck, so I'd like to see how he is with Creature, and those top three are kind of in their own world in the points. So an RC racer, I don't think he's here tonight.
Unfortunately, he could not make it with us tonight, so you know it is what it is. He couldn't make it, but congratulations on a great season to RC Racer for sure.
Absolutely.
But yeah, looking at the points, I think as long as Solpun makes it into this oval, I think he's locked up his championship.
I feel comfortable saying that's probably the case too. Solpun, we raced earlier in the oval and an hour before the race, and he was putting good times, very consistent. Fourth or fifth with gold and silver drivers. So I know he knows how to get around here. I think some of these guys are going to give him a battle. I think D-Highs is going to be one to watch. Interested to see how he does because he was phenomenal earlier. He had the fastest lap time with a lot of these guys. So it's going to be interesting to see how this oval race pulls out.
Absolutely, and I know some of the guys that were down in the B. We were doing some practicing earlier in the week, and they were kind of saying, "Thank God we're on an oval," because they just feel more comfortable on those oval races. So, we could see anything happen.
Yeah, and it's funny how that's the case, right? But I always feel like the oval's the toughest. It's easy to turn left, but can you make a pass while everybody is dead even? If you look at the lap times, I guarantee the qualifying lap times are going to be within 2 to 3 tenths of each other from like start to finish of everybody in the field. So yeah. I find it harder. I find that it's just impossible to pass. So I'm curious to see how this is going to go.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be even tougher than last week's oval for us. I mean, that big open outer oval, you have a lot of room to play with, whereas in this inner oval, you got walls on either side, and if you hit them, they suck you in.
It's this weird glitch. It just bounces you right off, and it could cause you to have a terrible race. You could spin, you could bounce, you could hit another car, flip. So it's nerve wracking with cars on the track, let alone the walls. So I'm curious on how this is going to go.
Me too. I mean, I always say this in our league, getting pole is everything. I mean, having that little bit of an edge is exactly what you need. But on this one, getting into a lobby is going to be what you want.
Absolutely. I do have a question for you I want to throw out there. We are at the end of the season, and I'm sad. I didn't want this to end. Give me your thoughts on these bronze drivers. You've been around the whole time. You actually raced in the first bronze series race in this season, then moved up to silver. So you were there from start to finish. What do you see with these bronze drivers? Who surprised you? And if you had to make a guess, who do you think might have a chance of moving to silver?
I mean, obviously, a lot of these guys have kind of come out of nowhere and been really impressing me. One guy that I really think is is not as appreciated, and I think has a lot of potential, is Nuclear Penguins. He's been really solid, consistent. He seems to get a little squirrely and not quite as consistent as where he needs to be, but he's one guy that I feel like if he gets that consistency down, he can take silver by storm. Um, Same with obviously Dehize is a new guy who came in by storm. He's got silver potential. I mean, really looking at the top like 6, 7, 8 drivers in bronze, I think they all have a chance at silver.
I fully agree. I think Nuclear, with that impressive run in the silver race, I can't remember what the name of the track was.
That was
He
on
running
Midwest.
fifth.
Yeah,
Right,
that
he was
was
running
on Midwest.
fifth. That's it, yeah. He was running fifth, battling with Ty Hard, and he was holding his own. He just made one mistake. And unfortunately, sometimes that's all it takes. But I think if that didn't happen, I think he would have had a solid top 5 in a silver race, and he would have proved his worth, that's for sure. So I do agree with you. I think he just went to clutch, manual with clutch, and super happy with that move. And I think you're going to see him be even faster as these races happen.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Graham, I think we're waiting on you in here. We might be waiting on 1 or 2 more people.
Okay, I will
you
get
could
right
join
in
Mr. B Dog's lobby because we have room for you. And I will say, Oscar did just say in the chat here that Nuclear is a force, and I fully agree with that. This kid came out of nowhere and is absolutely flying.
Yeah, they have such a friendly battle with each other in this bronze series. I love to see it. I love how Solpun is kind of this leader, right? Like he's taken that leadership role. He helps all of these guys out. Any of them ever have a question, he's always there to answer. He's practicing with these guys. He's also like giving tips and advice. And then when you have a guy like Dehize come in here, aka Dizzy, he takes on that challenge and he says, Solpun, I'm putting a target on your back. I'm going for it. I want to be faster than you. I want to be as good as you. And it's such encouraging, like to hear these guys see Solpun's potential and make him feel respected, and I think Solpun is appreciative of that, and he's looking forward to racing in silver.
Yeah, for sure. I do want to note, I just got word that there will be no Lobby B for this track. So it's kind of up to Solpun here. If he doesn't make it, he's only getting points from the first race, and that may open the door for Cotton or Creature.
Oh, no. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. So is there a last chance qualifier happening with the Oval?
Yes, so we have another heat going on right now with Squalor and Millsy running that show. And it'll be the top 5 from both of these lobbies. So top 5 in the one that we're going to watch, top 5 in Millsy and Squalor's lobby will make it into A main, and then there will be an LCQ. So in the last chance qualifier, we'll have the top 3 finishers moving on to the A main.
Wow, talk about pressure. That's going to be a challenge, and they're going to go for it, in this first qualifier because they don't want to have to try this again, and that's going to create some havoc and some devastation here. So we'll see what happens, and who do you think is going to pull this off here in this lobby that we're in?
I mean, in this lobby, obviously we saw Brad kill it in the and Carbon. They both killed it on that road course, so it'll be interesting to see how they do on Oval. Dehize obviously is always a strong chance of taking it home. I don't think we can make it through that one. So me and Graham are going to pull off this track.
Where are you? Oh, I see where you pull off. All right, I'm like, where can we even pull off?
There's a little hole over here.
All right, found it. Yay!
So I say.
Oh, what did it? It's reset me.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I think if you go too far out, it'll reset your car.
Oh.
But I believe we are going to just talk about what's going on in this one, and then in that LCQ, I think we're going to take a little break, let you guys watch the action so we can have a little water break and just chill for a couple minutes.
I can get off the track.
Yeah, that should be good there.
All right.
All right, we're good.
The struggle is real.
Yeah, it can be a little interesting sometimes, but yeah, we're gonna see B-Dog do 5 whole laps of this track, leading this group to green. That's just so we get everything in order. It's a small track, so it's tough to get all these guys in the proper starting lineup. And this starting lineup, just for those who are unaware, it's based on how you qualified for the road course. So the guys who placed best in the road course are going to be starting near the back, as far as I know. That may have changed. I'm not 100% sure, but most of these guys seem to be making their way to the back based on their qualifying.
Teague in the chat is saying his money's on Brad, and I think that's a solid bet, Teague. I think he's proving himself to be a solid contender here, and we'll see what happens. Where's Brad starting 11th? Him and Carbon in the back. It's going to be a challenge for these guys to get through the field, and then let alone there's no cautions, right?
No cautions, no tallies on these laps. It's all straight racing. The way you finish is the way you move on, but they don't have to finish at the top. They just have to make it to the top 5 to make it in guaranteed. I know Clint said he really enjoys these ovals, and he's starting on pole for these qualifying laps.
He's got Travis on his outside. You know he's going to be a little aggressive. So
Absolutely.
We'll see what happens here.
And Travis has always been really good at ovals, so seeing as how Teague's money's on Brad, I'm going to ride with him for a little bit just to see how they handle this oval.
And they're green.
They are green. Everyone's taking out those tires nice and early. Sounds good.
Travis is out front with the lead, but he pushed a little wide. Oh, D-Highs, Kairos, and oh no.
And Brad has made his push.
Yeah, Brad and Carbon wanted to see that. That's what they were looking for. Now they're pushing Flame out of the way, moving up to the trying to get the top 5. They're 3 wide.
They're saying, "Hey, I want this inside
side
line."
by side.
Oh, and here comes
absolutely.
DW. Oh my, what a nice clean move. He just split the difference between Flame and Brad there. That was wizardry.
A beautiful slider.
Absolutely. So we see Carbon's in that 5th position, and Brad's in 6th. So right now, Carbon's moving on. Brad's not. Oh, who was that back there?
Shady J9000.
Kairos and somebody just, died. So did D-Highs.
Oh, no.
What is happening?
I bet you D-Highs is frustrated.
Oh, I know he's
waiting
angry.
For this.
And John just hit a big old tire. That doesn't move very well.
So far, Flame has the fastest. Oh, no. As soon as I said that, Kairos with a 953, 16.953.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you're racing in traffic, these 16s are kind of hard to get. Definitely not easy.
How tight this battle is just for 2nd place.
Yeah, I think Clint just needs to hit his line, take his time, nothing too crazy. Don't make a mistake. Right now you're locked in for that A main lobby as Nuclear and Flame go into a wall, pushing Travis up to 3rd. And they're 4 wide behind Travis here. I mean, this is what we were talked about with this track being this tight, is you're going to have these battles that are 4 or 5 wide.
Absolutely. And it's kind of impossible with the lap times. Everybody's hitting the same lap times. Everybody shares their tune. There's no secrets here in PRA, and these guys are dead even. It's just who can make it around without making a mistake or getting caught up in someone else's mistake.
Absolutely. I mean, we see Travis there. Since he's had open air, he just hit his first 16.9 of the race. D-Highs has the best lap.
Yeah, that's not surprising. I know we can hit 7, absolutely. Um, Look at who's in second, and he hit his fastest lap.
Wow. Carbon
He's
starting at the
right
back of the
there.
pack, and he is here, and he's breathing down the neck of Clint. So this guy,
Coming to the last lap.
he is flying. So right now, if it ends all like this, nuclear, they're 3 wide back here. I need to. Where are you guys? Okay, I'm with Brad. Coming around, and it looks like nuclear just edges him out. So congratulations to Carbon, Clint, Travis, Flame, and Nuclear, all heading on to the A main, locked it in. Everybody else, don't worry. We got an LCQ coming up right after this. I see that the other lobby started up a little bit later than us, so I think me and Graham are going to take a little break, and we'll get back for the LCQ.
Yes,
Before I go, Teague says he should have picked Carvin.
I saw that. I mean, Brad was a solid pick. I think he just had some unfortunate luck with his maneuvers with the people around him, but he still has a chance. Wouldn't count him out the next race.
Absolutely. And I am getting word that I am live streaming this LCQ, so we will be watching that. Um, you know what? Maybe we will chill and let's take a break. Me and our boy Graham, we're gonna go on mute, and we will be right back with this LCQ.
Stay tuned.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, we're back. Why are we back here shortly? And we'll get this race going here. It's the LCQ. I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. You know, only 5 guys are moving forward. I believe that's the number. I'll get a confirmation when Wire comes back. We already have a bunch of fan favorites. It sounds like D-Highs is one everybody's looking for. Brad's another one. I think you can't go wrong with either one of them. I think Cotton's going to be a good one, too. I wouldn't count him out. Let's see, who else is in here? Yeah, Kairos, he's another good one. I wouldn't count him out. And we got some new guys, you never know. It's hard to kind of make a selection on who you think the top 5 is going to be. All right. B-Dog is now starting to pace laps.
Sorry about that, guys. I am back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I did get kicked for being idle, but I'm back. I'm watching these laps. We're good.
See here.
All right.
Okay.
Whew. Sorry
What'd
for
you
having
do,
to...
go for a run?
I needed to move my car. Someone was yelling at me.
Oh, lovely. That's always fun.
Oh, it's great. It's a blast. So, since you are watching my screen, everyone will see my Speedy sitting in the middle of the track. It's not actually there. It's a glitch from Bugbear's game. So, for reference, just try and ignore it.
Let's run through this lineup real quick. We got Brad and Stone on the front, DW and Cotton second row, Kairos and Racing Tick in the third row, D-Eyes and Rowdy in the fourth row, Katie and Mad Cat in the fifth row, Ice Dude, Butterfield in the fifth row. Got Swamp Dog at the end. I probably messed that all up. Apologize, but that's the running order. What do you got for this?
I think Brad had a strong showing in the last one. Just kind of, had some tough luck at the end there. D-Highs, I think if he can get around some of these guys clean, Racing Tick just slammed him for no reason.
Jeez. About to go green, and they're green.
They're going green. And D-Highs does get a bit of an inside run here, so he's going to have a good push on Kairos and Stone. So I think if Brad keeps it cool up there and DW doesn't get into him too much, as D-Highs just takes out DW.
D-Highs is not messing around. He is, I'm racing this next race, and I'll do what I have to, and I think that's the urgency we're seeing.
And I think that's what we needed to see out of him. I think he's not the most aggressive guy I've met when it comes to racing, and racing in this Brawn League, even in PRA, sometimes you just have to be aggressive.
Yeah, and I'm really impressed with DW right now. I think after that move, he was completely sideways, saved it, and he recovered to still be in third. So, good job for him, man. And Cotton up there in fourth too.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are doing a strong showing. I do want to say, D. Westberg calling me out for being on PS4. You know what? Some people haven't had a chance of getting it yet. Kairos just gets taken out. He keeps it straight.
Yeah, Rowdy got the worst end of that.
Oh, absolutely. And like D said, there's Brad at the front. Yeah, I expected nothing less out of him. D-Highs is actually making a good push around him, so D-Highs is
outside
is
too.
D-Highs is not
He's making
messing
a
around.
statement.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's making a hell of a statement.
I will note Cotton is breathing down the neck of DW, so this is a battle that we're going to watch. This is obviously the last chance to get into this A main race. These top 3 guys, they're the ones moving on, so I'm going to ride with DW.
This top from 7th down, it's like it's a demolition derby. These guys are like, you know what, screw it. I'm just never lifting. I don't care where you are. It's insane. It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see, Cotton is pushing DW out a little bit here, so Cotton's definitely trying to make a strong push here, getting that top 3. He wants to race, and he wants to beat Soul Pun.
Only a top 3. Oh man, I thought it was a top 5. So yeah, that pressure now. DW, what's he gonna do?
Yeah, absolutely. And the only reason we're taking top 3 is because we obviously need room for us two in the booth, and we need room for B-Dog. So the top 5 from the Lobby A and Lobby B that were happening for qualifiers already made it in, guaranteed, and this is your last chance.
Yes, sir, Brad. Brad is in second. He's in a good spot, in a comfortable position, and no pressure behind him. I think these top 3 are pretty happy with where they're at.
Yeah, absolutely.
DW is the only one is probably a little upset with how he's been raced, but welcome to oval racing.
Yeah, exactly. It's all give, or all take, no give. Sorry. So, congratulations to D-Highs, Brad, and Cotton making it into the finals. We are going to take another small little break while we get this lobby all settled in. I just wanted to make sure we were able to catch this LCQ action.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm glad we did. It just shows how these guys are, taking it serious, and they want to be a part of it. Don't want to miss out, so they'll do whatever they got to do. And D-Highs took no prisoners, and he went for it, and he even made a winning move on the outside in the corner, and that was impressive. So watch out for D-Highs.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be one guy to watch. So those top 3 that finished, they will be starting at the back of the pack. So we're going to need to see these guys make a good push in these 40 laps.
So yeah, I guess we're setting up the next room.
Yep, we will be setting up for the next room. We are going to go on mute once again, just so we can have a drinking break, because I don't know about you, but my throat is dry.
Yes. I want to be tired before the silver race even happens. I'll be finishing last just to get through this.
Oh, me too, man. All right, we will be back once this main race begins.
Stick around. Don't go anywhere.
Alrighty, guys, we are back here for this 40 lap finale on good old Big Valley Speedway Inner Oval. Graham, can I get a mic check from you, brother?
1, 2, check, check. 1, 2. Does that sound any
Wonderful. We are all good.
better? Perfect.
So,
Sorry about that, everybody.
no problem, man. So, what do you think? This is the last race for bronze this season.
I'm sad. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I don't want it to end. The races are intense, great battles. I mean, look at it's 8:49 and this started at 7. You know, so it's impressive that we have these great battles for even 2 hours just in bronze alone.
Absolutely. I mean, these guys have been putting in that work tonight. That's for sure. But I just want to make sure my car does not roll away. We don't need any cars teleporting to the track like we had a few weeks ago.
Yes, that's why I DNF'd as soon as I could, so it doesn't go back on the track. All right. Wow. Yeah, this is gonna be good. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. There's so many good drivers here. Soul Pun, you know, he's going for it. He wants that championship bad. He skipped silver to stay in and get this championship, and I don't blame him. So I think he's going to go for it, and it's going to be tough.
Absolutely. I mean, seeing as how he placed really well in the last race, he's a good distance away from Creature now. And, you know, Cotton didn't quite have the final showing he wanted in that road course, so I think Soul Pun, unless he somehow catastrophically dies, I think he's a good shot to lock in that title.
Yeah, I think so. So now it's just these guys are trying to prove themselves, right? They're trying to make a name. They're going to say, "Hey, I belong here," right? They want silver.
Absolutely.
And they're going to earn it. They're going to push hard. They're going to battle.
I do want to note back-to-back pole positions for Carbon here.
Yeah, incredible. Great showing by him. First time racing with us. It's awesome.
Yeah, so he's definitely putting his name out there for moving up into silver next season, without a doubt. He's been racing his heart out for sure.
And for the record, for those that are watching, like, listen, man, this isn't it, right? Like, yes, it's the end of the season, but there'll be a couple events on the off season, and there's already plans for next season. So these guys know it. They're going to practice. They're excited to see what's going to happen, and I'm excited for the future for PRA.
Absolutely, and we're going to have lots of meetings through the off season to get everything organized, figure out which car we're going to have all of us in next season, and what tracks we decide we want to run. So it'll be a short off season, a short month, maybe just over a month. We're going to be running a handful of events during the off season, and we'll be back at it in no time.
Absolutely. We're about to go green. I'm gonna let you call this.
Absolutely. I'm going to ride with Soul Pun here, our points leader so far, and I just want to see, we're going green. I want to see how he takes a nice wide line here, and likely just to stay out of all the carnage of people.
And it worked. He had a great run on Carbon there, coming off the corner.
It did, but Carbon has an inside line here now, and you got guys like Flame and Nuclear. Bums guy just taps that wall a little bit, and it's okay. He's still running.
I had Bop with a devastating hit in the wall in the back there.
Really? Yeah, it's tough to see.
Yeah, and then Creatures and
Brad are getting into
battling hard too. Yeah.
This is going to be an intense race. Creatures gets a little sideways, Brad gets a little sideways into the wall, and Bob makes a jump. So this is going to be the type of racing throughout this entire race.
It looks like Creature and Bob, or Brad, are really having a battle there. Creature finally gets in front. He's hoping to stay away from Brad, because Brad might get him back.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will say, a lot of these guys in the chat are saying vote Gremlin or vote Gorby, and and then you got the legendary Squeller saying vote bumper car.
Yes, I would love the bumper car. I think that would be fantastic.
So we may do bumper cars as an off-season car, but I doubt we're going to see it as a league car. Oh,
Oh no, is
Bumskag.
that Bumskag? Yeah, that might
And
be a tally.
it may be, but I do know that every once in a while, or at least for us on these ovals, we do not count single car tallies.
Oh, Clint Cletus going around.
Now
He's hitting everybody.
that'll be a tally.
I don't think anybody got by without hitting Clint.
This may be caution, so I'm actually going to run up here and find Carbon and see if this is caution, because that was a lot of people dying right there. And he's breaking, so we do have caution out.
Jeez, look at Clint's damage. He's down to 32 life left. He's gonna have a rough rest of the race.
Wow, man, you hate to see that. I mean,
Yeah.
the physics in this game, sometimes when you get caught up on a car, you are like magnetized to that car. You're not going anywhere, and that's likely what happened. And then everyone behind just didn't have anywhere to go except through them.
Yeah, I mean, if you spin and you're on the outside, you might get stuck in the wall. Maybe one guy hit you inside, maybe a car or two. But if you're in the middle, you're in everybody's way. So
You have both
it's a little
lines
trouble
of
for
these,
him.
you have both lines of these guys coming straight at you.
Absolutely.
So, and one thing
I
we
think
do is we do the choose rule on these ovals. So that's why we take an extra caution lap or two just to choose what side you want to be on.
So the leader starts with whatever side he wants, and then after that they pick what side they want, either outside or inside from there. So it's based on what the leader wants too.
Well, it's usually based on what the odd car wants, right? So first place chooses what side they want, second place goes to the opposite side. Third place chooses what side they want, fourth goes to the opposite side, and it kind of goes like that.
Yeah, it makes total sense. I said that completely backwards. My bad.
Yeah, if everyone got to pick where they wanted, we'd be in a straight line on the inside.
Ooh, D-Highs, no.
D-Highs get caught up in a little bit
no.
of a mess back there.
Yeah, straight flip to the outside, looking backwards.
Wow,
He's
and
half
he
a lap
is-
down.
But you know what? Based on what I've been seeing, I would not be surprised to see another caution in this race.
Yeah, I mean, they're pushing hard. It's the last race, right? They want to go for it. They're going to push and get to that top 5, top 3. You can go for
Exactly.
that win if you're up there. So
I will note that some of the guys in the chat here are saying poor Clint, and Squiller actually notes, I've never seen 32 damage without any internal damage. So I just want to hop on and double check that. Maybe he's seeing things. He is correct.
no, he's right. He is correct. Yeah, absolutely.
I must say, I've never actually seen that either. I guess that's the benefit of racing on normal damage.
Carbon just hit his fastest lap with a 16.834. That's a good solid lap.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we're seeing almost every single one of these guys either low 17s or in the 16s. So this is kind of what we expect on ovals. Everyone's in a nice tight bubble. There's not much time to be lost or gained. So
Also, can give a shout out to the Silver Boys. You know, these guys are getting anxious and ready to race, and we appreciate your patience with the Bronze Series. They're battling hard and going for it, and it takes a little extra time to get all these guys in, but we make sure everybody races.
yeah, absolutely. And B-Dog did mention today in our Discord for our Silver Series that we were likely going to be running late just because of the demand for this series.
I'm blown away at how much, you know, people are interested in running in the PRA. You know, you always see a couple guys come in and go, but the interest has been quite high, and it just keeps growing every day. It's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. And even having this kind of interaction with the chat, like, I think we have something like 60 different chats already, and you know, I don't think we've ever had that kind of interaction. So these guys, even watching, are super interested. And Soul Pun just put down the best lap. He's not gonna let me talk.
And he
Soul
slid
Pun.
right in there. He's showing that he's a champ, right? He's like, I'm the champ. I'm taking the lead.
This is his championship to win right now. I don't even think it's his to lose anymore. This guy's in first.
No.
He's running clean. I almost wonder if we're going to see some lap traffic in this race.
It's possible. I mean, Flame must have had an incident because he's behind D-Highs.
Ooh,
I know
Soul Pun.
he fell back.
Soul Pun's giving that wall a little bit of love.
and Carbon's trying to jump on it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I see
battles all over.
We do. I see DW in the chat saying it was a pleasure racing with all y'all. Look forward to next season. We look forward to racing with you too, buddy. I mean, it was great having you up in here, and it's good that you want to come back.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone, and we're glad you're here.
I'm going to ride with these top 3 for a little bit. I mean, they're all literally in a bubble together.
Nuclear's like, come on, Carvin, let's go.
He's saying, get out of my way, you're driving too slow.
Trying to give him a little boost, help him out.
Yeah, and see, this is, like, I kind of prefer Solpun's area here. I like having that wider line. I feel awkward going into these turns tighter than the outside of that wall, so I prefer taking wide lines where Solpun is. And it allows you to go for little undercuts like he's going for right now.
For sure. It's a catch-22, right? Like, you want that inside line to, hold the line in, but when you're coming off the corner, you want to go up to the wall. And if you can't, it really slows you down. So it's a challenge. It's who can hold their line the best, really, and keep their car straight.
Ooh, Walleye just clips that wall and it sends his car shooting right out to the wide line.
Oh, no. And you're right. I do see some live traffic in the future here. If there's no cautions, we'll see how they handle this. It's always going to depend on what line the lap traffic is in. If they have to change their line, then it just could kill the momentum, And Solpun's hoping to figure out a way to get by him without any issues.
Absolutely, and like it kind of happened to me on our mud oval. We got into lap traffic pretty quick. Me, B-Dog, and Millsy we were flying on that track, and we came into lap traffic, I think around like lap 12 or 15, and I just couldn't make the clean passes around them, and I dropped down from first to third, which it happens. I'm not angry about it or anything. Racing's racing, but I understand where Solpun is right now and how stressful it can be seeing that lap traffic in front of you.
Well, he's got a little gap with second and third battling out. And Brad, look at Brad. He's sneaking into the picture. Don't count him out. These two battling, it's helping him out, and he's going to try to sneak in there and get around these two so he can go after Solpun. But the laps are counting down. He's going to have to make his move here soon.
Absolutely, and Bumskeg and Bob back here have been trading blows, moving back and forth on each other, so they're another two that have been fighting pretty good. Bumskeg seems like he got the pole and has gapped Bop a little bit, but these guys are all racing super hard, and honestly, a lot cleaner than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it seems like they got comfortable, right? They got the butterflies out. They're hitting their marks. They got the handling figured out, what they can do, what they can't do, and now it seems like it's who can make the least amount of mistakes. And they're riding in a tight line, second through fourth. Solpun's happy. That's what he wants to see. He's going to try to pull away every little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're actually starting to see a nice little tight pack at the back here with, 9th through 12th. So D-Highs, Walleye, Clinton, Creature are all starting to bunch up, and they're all starting to fight each other. So, this has been really, really great racing out of these brown guys.
Congrats to D-Highs. I mean, he was facing backwards on the first corner after the caution. So he's had to turn around and try to get back into a rhythm after being frustrated. He's had a rough go tonight, and he's not giving up. He is pushing.
Yeah, absolutely. D-Highs has been pushing it, and he's one guy that, I kind of expected to have a good showing tonight. So he's proven me right, and he's doing wonderful, wonderful things on this racetrack. I will say, oh no. Oh, and Bumskeg collects them.
Not gonna lie, Brad, put himself in that position there. He pushed Nuclear into the wall, and Nuclear wasn't having it.
He was trying to pinch Nuclear there, and I tried to do that in Millsy earlier in practice, and it does not work very well. Things like that will happen to you.
There's always a bunch of unknowns with this game, and the wall is definitely one of those. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, as you saw there, when he tried to push Nuclear in, Nuclear had nowhere to go, and it just rotated Brad's car around. We are seeing Flame pull off to the side, and it looks like he's likely going to DNF.
Yeah, I think he's had enough.
Which, could partly be a respect thing. He's at the back of the pack. He was starting to get lapped. So, you know, honestly, if I was in his situation, I would probably pull off the track, seeing as how there's no more cautions. But coming down to the last few laps to go, Solpun, he has been absolutely flying this season. We cannot say it enough.
Lap to go.
Exactly, and Carbon's right here. Carbon has not let off. He's not let Solpun pull away as Solpun normally does. So, super, super impressive to see out of him. A great debut day for him. You know, a first and a second would be absolutely phenomenal as we round this last corner.
Carbon has proved himself. But you know what? Congrats to Solpun on the win. Congrats on that championship, Solpun. You earned it. You put your time in. You did a hell of a job, man. Congrats, buddy.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Solpun. We all knew you had it in you this season, so super, super impressive out of you. Carbon, great job as a newcomer. You've proven that you belong to be, you know, I would even argue he could argue to be a silver driver. Nuclear, great showing on this race with a third. Super, super impressive. Bop with fourth. Congratulations to you. Bumskeg fifth. Travis sixth. Cottonmouth seventh. D-Highs eighth. Walleye 9th, Creature 10th, Clint 11th, Brad 12th, Flame 13th. So, super impressive out of all of you guys. You killed it this season, and we're excited to see what we have in store for you next season.
Yeah, major shout out to you guys. You guys always put on a hell of a show. You did an amazing job. You put your time in, you worked hard, and massive improvements of all of these guys. It's incredible to see their growth, and I'm just proud to be able to watch it. And I wish it never ended, but you know what? There's more seasons coming up, and I'm excited to see the next batch of guys. You know, it's gonna be fun.
Absolutely. But that's about the end of the stream for me and you, buddy. But for all the viewers, don't go too far. I know some of these names will be seeing you in silver, but silver will be starting up right after this, so don't go too far.